Good morning and welcome to my hobby bench once again. So on the table I've got a few items here and I'll explain what I've got. That buddy of mine, Bill, that sent me the original cam bearing removal tool, he sent me his prototype. Well, since then he's actually made several upgrades to his tools that he's been using, and he made a couple of iterations of the latest modifications, and that's what I want to show today and demonstrate how I think I finally figured out the best way to extract these bearings without fumbling around. So on the table I've got just a adjustable jaw wrench that I'm going to use to actually extract the bearings, and I've got a cleaned up OSFS 40 Surpass engine case here that's got the bearing installed in here, and then of course the bearing in the cam cover. And in this box, just so happens to be a wonderful little container for this tool, is the latest iteration of the tool that Bill had made. Now these pieces are from the original tool, so I'm not going to be using those. This piece here is for actually inserting the bearings into the case. So basically you just put the bearing on there, and it's pretty self-explanatory, and insert it into the case. Now the new pieces, new and refined pieces, are right here. And the first piece here is the extraction mechanism for the cam cover. So the first one he had given me had two different size holes in it, and I had found that one of the wasn't really a super good fit for certain sizes, because these do vary in diameter just slightly, but he's made a one here that's conical so that it's a universal fit, and once it draws in there it'll draw in straight, and this hole here is just the perfect fit for that bearing. So when this draws out, as you'll see, the bearing is right in there. This is the next part that's really the biggest upgrade. I think he said he started out with maybe just hollowing out a threaded bolt, but this looks like it's actually a piece of tool steel that he's milled and machined and done all the manufacturing things to it. And of course it goes along the same lines. Now I can't compare the original prototype to this one with you on this video because I actually sent that one to Boca. Bill gave Boca authorization for them to start developing their own version of this tool, and that's kind of why I'm doing this too, because I'm hoping that their tool will be very similar to this. I don't know if they'll make any kind of changes to it or not, and I'm hoping and encouraging them. And Bill actually made two of these. He's sending the second one to me because Boca had requested an upgraded version, so I'm going to be sending that to Boca and strenuously encouraging them to hopefully get something that's production worthy by the end of the first quarter of 2026. So that's our mechanism here, and then here's our rod that we stick in here to expand these jaws or to actually grab that bearing. And of course you've got like a washer and this new bushing, which is again kind of a conical shaped thing to make it kind of a universal fit for all of those things. So let's actually extract the bearings from this engine. So I finally figured out the best way to do this is get this thing set up inside the engine first and get that thing pushed in there all the way. So you have to make sure this is long enough here. So back it out, because you want to be able to get in there and get all the way on that bearing right there, and you can hear it. So now I'm just going to twist this on until it starts to hold, and now I'm going to insert this rod and expand that. Hang on, I think I did this too much. There we go. This rod has to go fully in there. It has to fully seat. So now I've got this thing ready to extract, and what I've decided is the best way to do this is just put it in a vise. And now all I have to do is just turn this. And you always want to be turning this and not the upper portion. You don't want those teeth or the jaws to be the part that's turning. And this is not a heated up. There's oil in this, but it's not heated. And there you go. That's as easy as that is. I mean, how does it get any easier than that? The bearing's on there. Pull this expansion rod out, and now you've got your bearing extracted. No muss. I mean, it's just such a simple, beautiful tool. Makes life so much easier. So now, let's do the same thing with this cam bearing. So with this cam bearing, I'm not going to need this bushing. I'm just going to be going straight in here. Now what I'm going to do here is kind of guess, or just kind of run this up in there, capture the end of that bearing, stick the rod in there, and then just do the same thing. Now I'm going to put it in here just to hold it, because it just seemed like it was a lot easier to hold it in place like that. And now we'll just do the exact same process. Again, not heated. I haven't seen the need for it to be heated to do this. And our bearing is out. I mean, this is just such a, I know I said these words in the last one too, it's such a game changer when it comes to servicing engines. So now, let me pull this rod out. And pull this thing out, and you see no bearing? That's because the bearing is perfectly fit right inside there. And there it is. And that is how you use this new and wonderful tool that I am hoping that Boca will get a production tool ready to go, and hopefully ready to hit the market by the end of quarter 2026. That's what I'm going to ask them as my personal deadline, but I don't know what kind of say I've got in that. I have no means to direct their operations at all, but that's what I'd just like to see, because, you know, I'd like my tools back too that I lent to them for the development. So anyway, that's our video for today. Thank you very much, Bill, for your ingenuity, creativity, and abilities, and your generosity.